Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessing to the elect out there. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson, say a few things about this article right here. And this proves that this word that we're preaching out there has a major impact on the world itself. And many more Americans are waking up to Esau's wicked devices. How do you think they woke up to that? Many of these people, they're really secretly following the Hebrew Israelites. A lot of the followers that you get on your videos, they come on your videos and they watch your videos. And these Christians that are in these different churches, and even some guys that don't lust the spirit, they still watch our videos. And people are in the know. They understand that the American government does not have it aimed for their interest. And a lot more people, their minds are being governed by reality. They're no longer in that illusion of the American dream. A lot more people are going to these third-party apps like RT News, the BBC News, instead of going to Fox 10 and all that bullshit. Because they understand that the lies that the government is pushing is just saturated with what? Lies. So it says 62% of Americans believe media has exaggerated COVID-19 risk, new poll shows. And this is published March 20, 2020. It says 62% of Americans believe that the media has exaggerated the threat of a coronavirus, according to a new Pew Research poll. And Esau can't hide himself anymore. Every time they try to come out and push an agenda that's going to lead them closer and closer to the New World Order, it just comes out tacky. They're no more. They can no more hide it. Scriptures say, "Is there no more wisdom in Teman? Is the knowledge vanished from Esau or Edom?" Pretty much, the Lord is mocking the Edomites because the knowledge of wickedness is not real knowledge. It's not real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, a lot of people are waking up. So, Esau, you're gonna have a lot more people that are gonna fight against this New World Order before it gets set up. And that's why it's going to be a whole lot of, race riots, martial law. You got these Edomites, these plain average Edomites buying all these guns. The gun sales have skyrocketed in the past few days because a lot of people are on edge, regardless if the coronavirus is a scare. It doesn't matter. The people, they want to get their guns and they're ready for war. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say another thing. How are these people able to get the information that they have? They don't just get it from thin air. Now you got these Bible scholars that know some type of information because they actually do the research. But the majority of the people, they're watching our videos. And this is the importance of what we do. This is why it's very important to push the work out there. And this truth requires you to be on your feet. It requires you to be in top shape. When you enter into a boxing match, you don't just, slack off. You don't just lose your position and decide to just lay back. You're gonna get knocked the fuck out. So the same thing with this truth. The Lord requires his men to be in top shape, ready to go out all the time, ready to preach the word at a dime's notice. Because we were bought with a price, we were bought and we're being covered by the blood of Yahweh Shai. Now certain men, they're not built for this truth. Because if the Lord said preach the gospel, but you're not doing it, you're not even doing it willingly, you're doing it against your own will, there's no reward that comes for that. You might watch a certain guy's video, the spirit's not even there, but the guy's still doing the video. Some guys, they want to do the videos, they're putting in the effort, but the spirit's just not there. So ultimately, the Lord is the one who chooses who he chooses. And the Lord's going to put it in the mind of his real man to what? To preach the word, to have it in with their whole heart, to be about the Lord. And some men were just not built for this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the army, you're always going to have that guy that's always slacking, that can't run the fastest like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's always behind. And a lot of men come in that spirit because when they came in this truth, they thought it was going to be comfortable. And what the Lord said, this is not our rest, but man want to make it our rest. You get a certain knowledge, you understand who you are. Now you just want to take breaks now. Or you can get a certain position. Now you don't want to do the work now because you're being given all these praises by different men. And this is what has been going on in these different camps. Men are settled on the lease. But the Lord's going to use his true man to what? To preach the word, regardless of men's emotions. Because if it was about emotions, none of us would have been here. Yahweh would have been like, hey, forget these guys, man. Forget these Israelites, I'm not going up on that cross. So you see how detrimental it is when you're in your emotions, when you're in your feelings, when you have respect of persons. A lot of you guys are justifying the wicked and condemning the righteous, and that's going to get you destroyed. And really, the masses of Israelites that wake up to this truth, they're not going to make it, man. A lot of guys that preach this word, they're not meant for this truth. And this is why the scriptures say in Daniel chapter 12, many are going to awake to righteousness. Many are going to awake to this truth, but only a few are going to endure until the very end. The brother from Sacramento, he did a video on the ISUPK cats and the bullshit that they were teaching. Well, you can clearly see that guy doesn't have the truth, man. You can clearly see that guy, he doesn't want to be there. The way he's speaking, his mannerisms, just the countenance and his gaze. That guy doesn't want to be there, man. A lot of guys come in that spirit. A lot of guys, they have lost the faith, but because they're around men and because they have got a certain position, now, they can just, be there. Nobody's going to say anything. Nobody's going to cuss them out. Nobody's going to rebuke them, reprove them, and say, why aren't you not doing the work? But you're not going to find that on this side, man, because the Lord, he has separated us from a lot of men. So we're not emotionally tied to men's emotions. We're not tied to men, and we have the opportunity to bring out the whole truth without having to worry about what a man feels. Anyways, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 17. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if let me read that one more time. It says, for if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. Let me get that word dispensation real quick. So you got to be in this thing with your whole heart. Being half-hearted, being 50%, that's not going to cut it, man. The Lord's looking for his man that's going to push the whole truth, not just push half of the truth. Okay? Let me get that word, dispensation.
Strong's G 3622.
Okay, it says the management of a household or of household affairs, specifically the management, oversight, administration of others' property. So what? So when you come to this truth, you're given the management of the gospel, and you have a job to do, which is feed the Lord's sheep. Now, if you're not doing that, if you're losing the spirit, the Lord can't use you anymore, man. And that's why a lot of guys are being cast out. A lot of guys, this thing got too uncomfortable for them. And especially the times that we're in now, this is going to separate the real believers from the ones that were just faking the funk. You can't pretend your way out of Jacob's trouble. The Lord either got to be with you or he's not with you. And right now in the spirit, we're seeing who the Lord's with and who the Lord's not with. Because if the Lord is with you, you will be pushing this truth. You'll be feeding his sheep. That was one of his commandments that he gave to us in these last days, to feed his sheep. All right? Let me get Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. I just wanted to bring this out in the spirit, man. I'm out and about right now, but this is what we have to be bringing out. This truth is not going to be comfortable. Some of you guys, they're preaching that gospel of trying to be laid back. Okay, some of you guys are not even telling you, the ones that are beneath you, to do videos. This is why the Lord is going to use that against you. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, the Lord, Yahweh, will not do good, neither will he do evil. Right. And a lot of you guys are saying that the Lord's not going to do good or evil, And, you don't have to take it from us. Take it from the Lord, because the Lord's going to honor the words of his prophets. You don't like a certain man because the way that, he speaks or the way that he brings it out. Or because, you have a man in your camp that doesn't like that man. Well, consider this, man. The Lord's going to destroy you because you're justifying the wicked and you're condemning the just. You know, a lot of men are in that Saul spirit, and really that they're trying to destroy the spirit of David. You know, so pretty much, you know, a lot of people are waking up to Esau's bullshit, and the true prophets are waking up. The ones that are in the spirit, they're waking up to the bullshit of a lot of you guys that are out there, man. You can't hide yourself anymore. You can't hide yourself from the Lord. You can speak all manners of evil and say all that against the man of the Lord, but you can't hide from the Lord, man. The Lord is gonna reward every man according to the work that he has done in his body, whether that be good or whether it be evil. So all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Until the next time I say, Shalom.